because you've had that experience when this work started of just letting yourself play. I think like allowing yourself to play in your studio really opens up doors, and going into it with like a certain idea, like you had a fixed idea when you were working with multiple veins, because you don't have to pinch them all off, you know, you can sort of let everything grow.
And keeping a sense of playfulness too. It's, yeah, because like I said, you never know where something's gonna go. It might not go where you think it will.
Right.
So having that open-minded thing and being playful. Yeah, it started when I was in grad school, and I was photographing kelp that I was finding at the beaches, like at Golden Gardens and stuff. Photographing kelp that looked like skin. It was really pinkish and flesh-colored and really weird, almost like goosebumps pattern and texture on it. So taking those home and photographing that stuff around my apartment, and one day I was just wearing shorts or something and started doodling on my leg with a fingernail or something, and made this pattern that kind of matched that of the kelp, so I photographed it. It's always been about the body. I mean, even when I was doing really early photographic projects, abstracting the physical form, and I started doing really abstract images that kind of had the shapes of, you know, like breasts or folds of skin, things like that. And I started to think more consciously about the blush or flushing skin and wanting to make it more about skin.
You know, because you're photographing a reaction, and then you're turning it into a tattoo, and then you're putting that on your face, and then you're taking it off of your face to cause another reaction. There's something about that perpetual state of, you know, it's like almost in the way that like a catharsis is perpetual, you know, something like how it doesn't wear off too, I guess is what we were talking about earlier.
Yeah.
It's like this constant regeneration.
And that's why I feel like I still have a lot of work that I can do within this kind of vein, you know, with skins, because I keep layering stuff more and more, and sometimes it gets kind of complicated when I'm trying to explain something, but I think, you know, but I think it's similar to your work too, where there's like all these different layers that happen, and there's all these steps.
Well, and I think having complex work in that way and having multiple layers, you create a series of entry points for other people. So are you working mostly with tattoos now, or mostly with photographs, or maybe video?
Yeah, I'm doing kind of all three. Photographs, and then those go along with the tattoos. There's usually, it starts with a photograph, and then that turns into tattoos, and then there's more photographs, and then there's more tattoos, and then oftentimes more photographs. So it's kind of like all these steps. And then I want to start doing video.
Because I think it's interesting how your reactions fade, right, in the way that temporary tattoos fade. Like, not in the same way, but in that same notion that something starts off as like the most vibrant, and then it starts to sort of like fragment out.
Yeah.
Because I've never actually seen your skin react before, but how long does it take usually for like a drawing to
see?
Yeah.
It's a few minutes.
Yeah, and I was thinking you have all of these like plants around in your apartment, and like, things that you have that are like sort of being recreated in certain spots, like these have been maybe pinched off from other things, but they're like all things that you're generating and growing in your space, and they feel really analogous to the way that you're working. You know, it's like you have certain things that are more developed and like, you know, that are starting to like branch out and maybe like overcome this space, but then you have these like small jars of living things.